just going to boil some regular store-bought frozen cheese raviolis to your likeness, and I'll show you what to do after that. Alright, y'all, this is everything I'm going to put in there. That's our Dungeness crab, pasta water, Lowry's garlic salt, some garlic, some ball chili paste, Parmesan cheese. I would use shredded, not shaved, but that's all they had. We have unsalted butter and salted butter. All right, I'll show you all what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna use the pan that we actually used to boil the pasta. So first, we're gonna put in the salted butter. And I don't know if we will need more than that, honestly. But if we do, we're gonna do unsalted. It is brown butter ravioli, and to do that, you're not going to add your garlic till you see some browning. There's a little bit happening there. See, when it starts bubbling up like that, it's browning. Sorry, y'all, I'm not very good at that. You could add some vegetables in here too. I was going to add some asparagus, but I forgot. I like getting mine dark, but you gotta be careful to brown it and not burn it. You don't want to burn it, y'all. I'm gonna take some garlic. I'm gonna throw that in there. See, that's brown, very, very brown. I'm going to add that pasta water so that garlic or that butter doesn't brown anymore. We don't want it burnt. I'll let that simmer for a minute. I'm going to add our crab. Because it is Dungeness crab. Ooh, doesn't that look good? Doesn't that look good, y'all? Sometimes you can add a little white wine to it if you want. I'm not going to today, because that brown butter's gonna taste delicious. And we're gonna add some, just a tiny bit of this sambal. Not a whole bunch, because I don't want it to overpower the crab. Sorry if y'all are seeing my dirty pan up there. Oh yeah. Doesn't that look delicious, y'all? And you already got a lot of salt in there, so don't use a whole lot because your pasta water. Salt your pasta water, y'all. Always salt it. Show you guys. Look. Isn't it just a beautiful floor? Not. It kind of looks like the ocean. And now we're going to add our raviolis. There were two that stuck together during boiling. I tried to separate them, and that just messed them up. So we're not going to do that. Sorry, y'all. We're learning how to cook one-handed here. Alright, so that's about it. You just coat the ravioli, and I'll show you how to plate it. Alright, y'all, so that's my infamous plate that everybody thinks is so big. Now we're going to sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top, y'all. These are cheese ravioli, so I don't know how much cheese you want to put on it. As we all know, Parmesan is almost lactose free. I like to put a good amount on. And this is shaved Parmesan. Like I said, I would use cheese. I do not use the powder stuff or whatever. Use real Parmesan. Alright, chill. And that's everything. I'll see you in my video. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl from Wyoming, Blessed with Tish. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to leave a comment down below to be entered into that 1,000 subscriber giveaway, which we're only like 297 away. Who would have thought? Really? There for a while it was going so slow. I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to reach 1,000. Y'all, we're almost there. So today is a cook and eat with me video, and of course it's a ghost story video because it's Wednesday. And today we have these delicious cheese raviolis. Y'all see in the video before this what they are. And they have Dungeness crab. Look, y'all, doesn't it look delicious? And to drink today we have a good old-fashioned ginger beer. I don't know if this is twist top. Okay, yeah. So I bought all these because originally I was going to do videos by eras, years, like the 1920s, 30s. Y'all, it was really hard to find some recipes from some of those years, like the 1920s and 30s. And I could have asked my grandmothers, but y'all, we ate differently. My one grandmother that I take care of, she ate differently. She's from Wyoming. She ate a lot of wild game. My other grandma's from Missouri. She don't really remember a whole lot of what she ate when she was a kid. So we never ended up doing that. Excuse me, y'all. My allergies are bucking me like no other. I wake up with like goopy eyes and it's just miserable. Look, y'all. You see that? Oop. I knew that was going to happen. So I was rushing back to the plate. That's yummy. Oh, and I put a piece of that tomato, sun-dried tomato bread. It's really good, y'all. If y'all hear background noise later, I'm sorry. It's the pup and Coda coming inside. It's alright. Look at that big old fat piece of Dungeness crab. So we had Dungeness crab for Mother's Day. My mother loves crab. So we had Dungeness crab. We had a whole seafood boil with shrimp and crab and shrimp, crab. What else did we have? Shrimp, Dungeness crab, snow crab, sausage, potatoes, corn. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna take the corn off the cob and put it in here. Yeah, this is really good. Y'all might need a little more salt. For me, it's fine, but I don't eat a lot of salt. Oh. I've never had this. Real cane sugar. Oh. It's definitely gingery. Ooh. It's got a kick to it. That's like the perfect bite. Cheese and crab and I was going to do crab enchiladas, but Coda has some testing in school today that I have to be there for. So there was no way I was going to have time. And I wanted to do a cook and eat with me video, but there was no way. So I was like, I'm going to show them how to make brown butter raviolis. Because they're so simple, yet so delicious. We have cleaned up this. I mean, everything is just in place, y'all. I like it when it's in place. And y'all see my ugly floor. That's literally like 60 years old. So, oh, look, it's all Dungeness crap. Let's get into our ghost story. So today, we are going to talk about, my aunt used to live in this house up by our old junior high that they tore down. And y'all, it's an older house as well. Around the same, like, era as mine. 1930s. And I believe she was just renting it. She didn't buy it. Oh, we have an airplane coming by. So she lived in this house for probably a good year or so. I don't remember the exact timeline, y'all. I was young. From the time she moved in to the time that she moved out, I have multiple stories from this particular house. Things happen. So, I'm going to tell you about this time that I was overstaying with my cousin. She's the same exact age as me. Funny story. I'll tell you guys about that later. But, so I was staying the night with her. We were having a sleepover. And she had the very back room in the house. And it had this closet in it. And then like the closet was like on this side. And then it was like a little miniature hallway. And in the back of that was this old, like, I don't even know what kind of, like where the heater and stuff was kept. But it was behind a door. So it always made lots of noise and it was always creepy. So we were up there and we were sleeping over, and at this time I knew that there was stuff that happened. And so we're in that room, you know, just being little girls. I think we were playing Barbies or something like that. And we hear this noise out of that closet. And we both just kind of look at each other like, you know, what's going on? And we're like, okay, and we just continue playing, you know. And then it gets louder. And my cousin's like, you know, sometimes I hear noises in my closet. And we're like 8 years old. And I'm like, oh yeah? You know, at this time I'm prepared. As prepared as an 8-year-old can be. And I know that it's gonna come back as, okay. They think it was a little boy. Or, not a little boy, but a younger boy. That was very angry. You know, which can happen. They didn't know how he passed or anything. And it was like, okay. So, we're sitting there playing, trying to ignore this noise. And then, all of a sudden, that closet door opens. And we both just like freeze. Because we know what it is. I think it's worse when you know what it is. And so we just freeze. And she's like, if I turn the light on, it stops in the closet. She's like, but I don't want to go in there. And I'm like, I'm not going in there. you know, I had very little experience with this. She had more, because apparently this happened like daily. He would torment her like that. And so I'm like, I'm not going in there. She's like, please just go in there. Just go do it. He won't hurt you. Just go turn it on. I'm like, mm-mm. So we get this idea of getting this flashlight to point in the closet, so one of us can run in there and turn the light on. And so we're like pointing this flashlight in the closet, trying to convince one another to go in this closet. He was aggressive. They say that they can't hurt you or harm you. I don't know about that, y'all. So finally she's like, fine, I'll go do it. So I'm pointing the flashlight in there, because something about that closet being lit up he didn't like. So it made him stop. And she goes to go in the closet, and she like pushes the door more open so she can get to the closet. Y'all, all of a sudden she screams because like something is pushing back on that door. And all of a sudden it just slams shut. So of course we take off running. Look at that, y'all. And we're running out into the living room where my aunt was. We're screaming, he's in there, he's in there. And she's going, okay. You know, she was aware that there was activity in this house. And she's like, where? My cousin's like, in my closet. He slammed the door, and he almost slammed the door on her hands, y'all. But I guess he would try and purposely do. So my aunt gets up and she goes in the room. My aunt's a very spiritual person, not like witchcraft or anything like that, like more Native American spiritual. She's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna ask him to leave you alone. So, you know, she goes in there, and I forget what she called him. She had a name she would call him. I have to call and ask her. And she's like, hey, please leave the girls alone. You're scaring them. Stop trying to hurt them. It's not funny. And of course, the whole time she's in there, nothing happens. And all of a sudden, we hear like stuff out in the living room. And we go out there, and he's tormenting the birds, which he would always do. So we go out there. We're just gonna sit out there with my aunt for now. You know, it's like, that's enough for now. If we go back in there, he's obviously upset right now. So we sat out there. You know, I was so scared. I wouldn't. After that, my mom would say, okay, we're going to your aunt's. And I'd be like, nope, I'm not going. I was like, But while we were in the other room, he went out there and stole my aunt's lighter. And it was one that meant a lot to her. It's like the Bic lighter where you had, and then you could get those old cases, the metal cases, to put your lighter in. And somebody, I forget who had given it to her, one of her friends. And so it meant a lot to her. And he would always steal it. Finally, before they moved out, she used to just keep the damn lighter. Because he would steal it. But yeah, y'all, that, you know, being 8 years old and having something like that, like the one here threw books at me, which was scary, but it wasn't out to be aggressive or harmful like this other one was. You could get this weird sense that he was trying to be aggressive. Like, you could feel it. And I got some other stories from that one, y'all, that I'll tell you all about. Because he did far worse things. Like I said, my aunt had cockatoos. And he would always torment them. Always. She ended up having to move. Because he steadily got more angry. I don't know if he just didn't want people living in his particular house or what. But he got to the point that he was stressing her birds out to the point that they were pulling their hair out. So she was like, okay, it's time to move. And she found a place down over by us that she moved into. Yeah. It was freaky. I don't know if y'all believe in like that kind of stuff, but that, whether you believed in it or not, he was coming. And he was going to let you know he was there. And that he didn't like you in his space. And something about that particular closet. He didn't like people in that room or near that closet. I don't know why. But that's how it was. Anyways, I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed the ghost story. And I will see you again on Trivia Friday. Or, you know, you never know what we'll do. But we always do a trivia question. And I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of the week. I hope that y'all are staying healthy. It's cold here and stormy. That's Mother Nature for you in Wyoming. So, as always, stay warm and stay blessed, y'all. Bye, y'all.